Hi, Chris here with Simply NUC, and today I'm going to be talking about NUCs, NUCs, and more NUCs. There's been a lot that's happened in the past year since ASUS took over for Intel, especially with the recent release of the NUC 14 Pro and the NUC 14 Performance. So I'm going to bring in our brand new VP of Product, Ed Barkhuysen, to help me talk about where NUCs are headed, ASUS and Intel's roles, and where Simply NUC fits in the mix. So let's bring Ed on. And here he is, the man of the hour. Ed, thank you very much for being here.
Hi, Chris. It's great to be here.
Yeah. So my first question is going to be, you've worked with both Intel and ASUS. When the NUCs went over to ASUS, you went with them. So tell me, what brings you to Simply NUC?
Well, many people don't know this, but actually I started talking to Simply NUC probably about 2 years ago. When would be a good time to potentially move over and if there might be an opportunity here for me. So now is, I think, that time. Simply NUC is going through a really transitional journey, a lot of growth ahead of us. I think now is a good time to be part of that growth, part of that journey, and see if I can continue to add some value in the small form factor compute space over here at Simply NUC.
Okay, I mean, obviously you're going to, but since you were at ASUS and you've seen both sides of it, ASUS has released recently a lot of products this year that were in the Intel roadmap, the Bravo Canyon, Rebel Canyon, and most recently Scorpion Canyon. From your perspective, how do you think those launches went with ASUS?
Well, I think it's first of all good to remember that Intel was making NUCs for 10 years. And there was a group at Intel which was covering everything from logistics to engineering to product planning to quality assurance. And to move all of that from one organization to another was always going to be a difficult task. And I think ASUS has really performed very well. And not only have they transitioned it over, but they've also completed 3 product launches already this year, and they're looking at more to come, I think, possibly even later this year.
So these 3 products that they released this year were obviously just a part of Intel's roadmap that Intel kind of handed over to them when ASUS took over. I guess for the remaining part of the year, are the products that they release a part of Intel's roadmap, or are these 100% ASUS products that they've fully taken over the reins and they're going to be taking over?
So I think it's a blend. So ASUS is super invested in the NUC and in small form factor compute. So they're going to continue to launch new products, which we would think of as Intel NUCs in the past, bringing a lot of the same goodness and qualities and features, but they're also going to diversify a little bit, I think.
Okay.
So we're going to have to wait and see and watch ASUS's announcements and updates. But yeah, I think there's some exciting products coming down the line, and we're going to continue to see that coming from ASUS.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting how they released the ROG NUC, the Republic of Gaming NUC, and the Scorpion Canyon is the ROG NUC just without branding, and it's built more for business, right?
Exactly.
I just thought it was interesting that they kind of made it their own by making it the ROG NUC, but they're still kind of honoring that the way that Intel does it by making the Scorpion Canyon.
Exactly.
You mentioned that there's a lot. You said you think the rest of the year is going to be pretty exciting in the NUC world. What about the rest of the year is exciting? Are there follow-on products for some of Intel's previous products? And if so, where does Simply NUC kind of fit in there with all of that?
Well, I think we'll need to pay close attention to the ASUS announcements. So I've seen a little bit from my time at ASUS, but I think they'll be launching products and they'll be making announcements, and really shedding a bit more light into some of the really exciting products that are going to be coming to market. Here at Simply NUC, for us, fantastic products are part of our business, but they're not just fantastic products. At Simply NUC, it's a super exciting time, and we have a pedigree now of delivering not just the product, but layering the services and the customer support and the warranty on top of that. And in particular, also from an engineering point of view. So really engaging customers early in their compute journeys, helping them make the right decisions, but then helping them grow and scale over time. And I think that's a real clear benefit which our customers see at Simply NUC and highly value. So product is part of the story, but at Simply NUC, we have a lot of exciting stuff on our roadmap as well, and a real customer-focused, broad offering to support that.
Yeah, we kind of preach, you can get a product in a box from anywhere. It's what we wrap around that box.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And so for the rest of the year, lots of exciting things happening. I'm sure there's lots of NUCs coming down the pipeline from ASUS or other providers. But what is the thing that's most exciting to you, for the rest of the year? And it doesn't necessarily just mean a product. It could be an idea or a solution or things like that. So what's the next thing that's really kind of piqued your interest?
Yeah, and it's a lot of exciting stuff. You only have to walk around the building here to feel that buzz. if folks are not fortunate enough to come and visit us at Simply NUC here, we'd love for you to come find us at trade shows to talk to us and get a better insight into all of the exciting things that we're working on right now. But I think in particular, we have a product line, and you can go on simplynuc.com, and at the top you'll see Extreme Edge servers there, and you'll jump straight to a microsite, really showcasing some of the new products, which you might not initially look at and think, that's what I expect from a NUC. I think there's some really exciting products in there. So as we look at, in particular, the level of compute that's going to be required out at the edge to drive some of the new artificial intelligence applications, I think that's where we're going to see a lot of excitement and a lot of growth. So I think as we continue to grow and scale the business, we're going to continue to grow and expand our offering and our roadmap to go and support all of those new opportunities across the market. And not just putting it out there at the edge, but putting it out there reliably. We know it's going to perform, and we know it's going to be reliable and stable. We never want to deploy something which our customers have any concerns about. So, there's a lot of different edge applications out there. Many of them are more harsh environments or difficult to reach environments. So we're making sure that these products are able to perform in a much broader spectrum of operating environments.
Yeah, it's not all cushy offices with air conditioning.
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much for coming on. I always have a good time when I do these, so I hope you had a good time too. And also just welcome to the company, and I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
All right. Well, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.